5:30, I'll call this meeting to order. If everyone would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And I do have for you, Dawn, a copy of the proof of posting. Would you hand that to Dawn? Okay. We'll begin with the minutes. I guess I'm not going to suggest that we go in the order that they are there, because it's a little bit confusing.
What I was going to suggest is, because this is, these,
Yes, that's right. That's what I was going to say.
I had to put these 4 in the beginning.
Yeah, and you're going to have to put E all as well, because I have some information on that.
Okay.
And then May 9th and May 16th, I would ask that they continue to be tabled because there are still some questions with regard. Okay, so if we could go on from there.
All right. On A through E, I think if we briefly go into non-public, so we can come out of non-public with this under the...
For which ones, those 4?
A through E.
Okay. If you want.
Otherwise, they would...
Well, there are people that are coming in, I don't know if they want to, if they have public input.
No, I meant...
Yeah, I know the first 4.
Yeah, I'd request that we go into non-public immediately so we can address those non-public minutes.
That's fine, if
immediately
that's the wishes of the commission. Is that what you want to do?
Because of the right to know.
We can do that. There was a motion and a second motion.
I'll make the motion that we come out of regular order and that we go immediately into non-public to address A, B, C, D, and E non-public minutes
Okay,
involving right to know.
but you need a motion to go into non-public under 91A.
So, let's see, it would be... It would be another, it wouldn't be A or C, it might be E.
I don't have the, does anybody have the citation?
Well, actually, wait a minute, it might be under compensation. It's one for
Can we cover it
compensation.
under A?
Compensation, yes, thank you, A. So I'll make a motion that we go into non-public under RSA 91-A, :3, Roman numeral 2, small a.
Okay, do you have that, Dawn?
And
It's-
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, oppose, and I'll also pull the board, you're in
Aye.
favor, and I am in favor, and he is. Okay,
Motion that we seal the non-public minutes.
And I'll second the motion.
okay, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay,
I apologize, but we have some things to do. And so far as the right to know request,
that's right.
we said, I remember
That we would
saying that
finish it
we're going
in,
to finish it, and we finished it. And I'm going to release this information to J.R. Roulette, because he is the one that put in that right to know request. So,
hopefully that is
I'm
the.
sorry about the delay.
I hope
No, it's
that's all we have now.
Okay.
I think that's everything.
Okay, thank
in
you.
regards to your right to know.
Right.
November 17, December 1, December 15, and February 16. Okay? I apologize it took so
Okay,
long. but,
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And we wanted to get that done. I mean, you can see how much time
Yeah.
it took us to do it.
Apologize
I didn't
for
want to do
that.
that at the end of the night and have people waiting. We appreciate anybody coming, at least,
Thank
The
you.
one thing that we did say, that if it wasn't the immediate previous meeting, but the one before that, was that we would, based on public input, try to move our non-publics to the end, with the exclusion of dealing with any right to know requests or releases to the public that wouldn't be prudent to stay that late, so.
And I
Makes sense.
apologize for taking that time, but it could not be avoided.
No,
Okay.
That makes sense, thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go right into public input. I'll tell you right now from the get-go that we have not changed the public input down to 3 minutes. We have not put it on the agenda for discussion, so therefore it's gonna stay as is for the time being. Not to say that we won't have some discussion about it at some point, depending on how late these meetings go, but that's where we are with regard to it. So I invite whoever wishes to make a public comment, please come forward and state your name.
I'm scared of you,
Well, you know, as always.
Too late.
As always, we always invite and appreciate it when members of the public come to our meetings and have their input. So having said that, we can move on.
Okay, moving right along, we have the police budget report. Captain Daigle?
You should have copies of that. It's a budget summary from the town, 25% of the year, expired, both pay weeks out of 52. So it should be at 23.08%, and the police department's currently at 21.52%, so I think we're doing okay for now in that regard.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions with regard to the report itself? Does everyone have the opportunity to review it? Okay. You don't have any, okay, good, thank you. The next item is the CIP update. I believe at our last meeting, there was some discussion about the CIP and where we stand right now, because I believe last year when we made our presentation for the CIP, there was some discussion about the fact of whether or not we were looking at a whole new system or whether or not we were looking at components. So I had asked Acting Chief Daigle if he would follow up, and I take it you have.
I did. I contacted our radio vendor, Ospey Mountain Communications, and posed the question that had actually been asked at one of the commission meetings by one of the budget committee members about the possibility of replacing some of the components with some of the funds that are currently there. They advised me that in all the years they've been doing radios in most of the state, that's never come up, that question. So they did some research and looked into that, and also spoke with some representatives at Motorola, who we have our console through, and basically come up with some other additional information I wasn't quite aware of. And it's the fact that we have a service and maintenance agreement with them that we do yearly, and out of that, say tomorrow something failed in that console, they will replace it for free to include the labor because of that agreement. So to say, at this point, if we took a good chunk of that money and replaced something, maybe not financially advisable because of that. And also, if you take parts of those components and upgrade them right now to today's technology and leave some stuff in the back end that may not be as compatible now because you've upgraded this section and not over here, there may be some difficulty in that. So they suggested against that. The problem will arise in the near future, and we're not sure when that's going to be. It's like our cruiser radios. We have some Astro radios in our cruisers. Motorola stopped manufacturing those. So by consumer laws, or whatever you want to call it, they have to produce the parts for a certain number of years, and then after that they're totally done and obsolete. That's going to happen, they believe, in the next maybe 4 or 5 years with that console, where Motorola is going to stop supporting it and not make that particular console, and then we'll have a couple of years, obviously, to decide where we're going to go before they will not have any parts for it. So based upon that, they suggest that we would continue as we had been with the CIP, keep it as it is, and ask for
A new system.
to build out
A new system.
instead of piecemealing it. Yes.
Okay, so it's a new system.
But in the event of a failure, there is an agreement, contractual agreement for them to
Yes,
replace.
and I had brought up the fact about when we had the lightning strike, and, the insurance paid for that, but that's one of those things, you know, an act of God, lightning, flood, earthquake, or whatever won't be covered, but like I said, tomorrow, if they come in and a part of that console fails, we'll call them, they'll come down, labor and all that included, they'll replace where they have to for free under that agreement.
What is what's their response time? Is that part of the agreement?
Yeah, there is. I'm not sure what it is. It's 24 hours or less depending on what's wrong with the console, they come right out.
So when you look at the CIP proposal, with regard to that proposal, is it your opinion that we remain with the same amount that we had previously?
I would,
Okay,
given that fact, and I had Christine run a report on